Hey everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. Today we're going to be taking a look at this odd little knife. Ooh, isn't that lovely? So what is this that you see before you? So this is a knife I found at work the other day. Excuse the paper towels in the background. For any of you who don't know, during the summer times I work as part of a fencing crew on a ranch here in the area. And I say fencing crew because that's most what we do. We're not just a fencing crew though. We also wrangle cattle and do some irrigation and light construction and stuff. But building and fixing fences definitely a lot of what we do. And so anyways, first day back on the job for the summer season, I was walking along the fence and I looked down and there was this. And it's it's not a great knife anyways, but you know what, I figured, hey, a free knife is a free knife. Let's see if we can clean them up. And so what we can see here, as you can tell, I'm doing something a little bit different with the camera today, but what we can see here is, actually let's open them back up. Yeah, we got all kinds of gunk in there. It does lock up. In terms of centering, we have none. And, oh man, that's gritty. Let's see, blade play. No vertical, but, yeah, a lot of side to side. So, interesting. This kind of looks like, actually, this kind of reminds me of an Emerson. I think it's the thumb disc, but yeah. So we've got a little bit of rust here on the blade. I think we'll be able to take that off. It's actually in better shape than I thought it would be. You can see the pocket clip is bent out, probably got hooked on someone's pocket and pulled out like that. We have this fake carbon fiber-ish stuff for scales. I think the reason the blade didn't rust as bad as I would have expected is because of this finish on it, this kind of coating. The reason I say I expected it to be a lot worse, it's been there for at least 6 months. During the winter, it's nearly impossible to get up to this ranch where I work. It's way up in the mountains, in the woods. And during the winter time, there's between 6 and 15 feet of snow in there. So it's hard to get in there during the winter time. So this probably fell out of a hunter's pocket sometime during the fall or a couple falls back, which means it's at least been under 6 to 15 feet of snow for the past winter, if not longer. So yeah, let's go ahead and clean this guy up. And I don't know how this camera angle is working. We'll maybe adjust things around. Alright, so first off, let's just get this little bugger apart. I have no idea what brand this is. There's, yikes, no marking. There are no markings on the blade at all. No steel type or anything. Actually, give me a sec. Let me grab some paper. I am back with paper. Let's do a little bit of, I have this little index card, so it's a little bit thicker paper than usual, and as you can see, yeah, this knife is not very sharp. I've got that done with the serrations, but the non-sharpened portion is actually completely dull. So that is lovely. Very, very dull knife. Alright, so let's go ahead and get back to getting him apart. I'm pretty sure what we're looking at here, is that pivot a T6? We're going to have to take it apart on this side. It's probably going to be Loctite in here. It's not a T8, that's for sure. I bet it's a T6. This could get interesting, guys. Ooh. Wow, not only is it a T6, but it's very, focus. Very stripped out. Here's what we'll do. We'll take off the clip first. Hmm. Is that a free spinning screw on the pocket clip? Oh no, it's just my bit spinning in there. Look at that. Again, focus camera. Yeah, there's like no more anything in there. Well, that's okay. Look, we'll just do this. We'll just rotate the clip around like that. And now I can get the pivot, which that actually does look like a T8 on that side. So, oh, my poor T6 bit. All right, let's grab our T8. Oh boy. That is going to take some work. We might have to get the soldering iron and see if we can loosen that up. Actually, what we'll try first is I think we'll be able to get it if we can put one, get one bit pressed in on the other side. And I need to have a clamp, but my clamp is actually outside. Maybe I'll go get my clamp from outside and do this off screen. I don't even know what size that is on that side. I don't even think I can get a bit to fit in there. So here it is apart, and what we can see here is a whole lot of disgust. Gross. This thing here I think is aluminum with the carbon fiber pattern, like, I don't know, put on there somehow. I feel like I should be wearing medical gloves. But this screw I completely stripped him out on the pivot. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Well, this is just awful. So I tried cleaning it with some vinegar and alcohol and actually started rubbing off the finish on the liner there. Still can't get this pivot out. I greased it. I used some drive grip. I used the soldering iron just in case it was a Loctite problem. The screws are just way too stripped for me to pull them apart, even if I use the double bit in each side method. Well, I got this horrible piece of craftsmanship put back together. This was a very disappointing restoration video, wasn't it? Couldn't even get the whole thing apart. And you know what? I'm not even going to try. I fixed the clip, though. I mean, look at that. Fixed the clip, cleaned it up, kind of. Still looks like junk. And yes, I know it's spent. Now it has blade play everywhere. Maybe the factory that made this should hire me to come make more of their knives, because this one only had horizontal blade play to begin with, and then I gave it some up and down. Actually, yeah, that's lock rock. They should hire me. Well, you know what? There's one thing we can do with this guy. We can sharpen it. Ooh, I have no idea what steel this is, but that is horrible. Yar, yuck, nasty. Oh, disgusting. This is horrible. And yes, I know I'm not using, this is just water on a whetstone. But this knife doesn't deserve anything else. Well, let's see if you can see this. No, you're not going to be able to, but man, it's taking a really, really weird looking burr. It's like the steel itself is coming apart on an atomic level. Oh boy. Jeez, what is this even doing? I'll tell you what, this steel is good for beginners, I guess, because man, it's like silly putty. Wow, this is awful. Let's go ahead and move to a lower grit. You know, I wasn't going to try and sharpen this like super fancy, and I'm still not going to because it doesn't deserve it. You know, I think I could actually reprofile this knife just with sharpening stones. In fact, I started to try for a second, and then I remembered, you know what? Let's just make this a. I got lazy. That's what really happened. So what's the end result? Well, it's hideous. What'd you expect? The edge. It's a horrible edge. The blade actually wiggles so much that while I was sharpening, I couldn't keep an angle. So it's a very wonky edge. Also couldn't keep it sharp. I get a burr on there, and the burr was sharp, get the burr off, and then the whole thing just like bent over, and it... But, you know, let's see what I did end up with. I mean, oh, jeez. It's better than it was. You can't deny that. That WD-40 starting to work. Come on, you just did it. Well, there's only one thing left to do. Rainstorm just came in. You know what this knife is made to do. It came open. I guess all I need to do to deploy it reliably was chuck it across the field.